What we tried to do with this game was to create an emotional Hollywood experience, a cinematic adventure that the player could be a part of. The missions in this game take place all over the world, from South Africa to Amsterdam. There's a variety of locations and also a variety of times of day. Some of the missions are night missions, where the player must use night vision goggles to see his enemy. Others take place in glaring daylight, such as the rescue mission, Africa. The environment's a variety of different spaces. For example, in Mission 7, you wander through the catacombs underneath the city of Paris, and Mission 1 begins in the war-torn streets of Pretoria, South Africa.
A lot of the input in the map is done by the level builder as well as the designer. The designer's really looking for is the gameplay, the look, just the feeling of the gameplay, but the look and feel of the environment is left a lot up to the artist, which is really fun to do, because you have a lot of control over what actually you're going to build. You get to pick exactly what the building looks like, what the textures look like. Even the time of day, you could talk to the designer and tell him, you really feel we need a sunset map. We don't have a sunset map, so he will adjust the time of the day.
My responsibilities on this project are modeling and rigging all the characters for the PS2 SKU, as well as a single player for the Xbox SKU. We start from a description, a general description, and then from there we go to making sketches or reference photos. It changes from time to time. If it's conventional clothing, we only use if it's something new or something we're really assembling together that's very unique, we make a sketch.
When we were starting the game, I found out, okay, who is going to be on the roster? And I find out what countries they're from, what units they're from, because one of the things that we wanted to do was, number one, you got 10 guys that you're going to choose from, and especially being on a console game, there's a greater emphasis on trying to make sure that each one of the characters is very distinctive, and when you see them, you can ID into them.
We started from the silhouette of the character, and we tried to get a silhouette that was between each one, even if they were in complete darkness, that you could tell that they were very different. From then we went to the gear and the outfits, and we said, okay, what location of the world, what section of the world are they from? And we picked clothing and gear.
In the character customization screen for multiplayer characters, you'll be able to go in, you'll set up pretty much your persona, rainbow, or a mercenary. So whenever you're in a game and you're on the rainbow side, you'll pull up your default character automatically and you'll go in as that persona.
A lot of the concept stuff, I took the descriptions of where, basically where we were, and I did a lot of reference research on the web. It would just gather a bunch of different photographs and stuff like that, and try and get a sense of where we were here and what made that geographical area, or the flavor of a particular building in Spain or in Scotland, and what made it a little bit different than buildings here in the United States or in Canada or anywhere else.
The visuals in Rainbow Six Lockdown are more immersive, more spectacular than the previous versions of Rainbow. As technology has increased and the 3D engine that we built from the ground up has increased, it's given us the ability to create phenomenal visuals that the player will